Oh, oh, hey everyone. Welcome back to Legendary Tales. I finally feel confident enough in my knowledge to make an ultimate crafting guide to Legendary Tales, and we'll see how ultimate it is. If I miss anything, please put it down in the comments. Tell us, not just me, but anyone else watching this video. Share your information down in the comments. I'm also going to put a link to the Discord down on the bottom. If I'm able to. And then let's see. I'll be happily answer any questions, but to be honest, I hope this video will answer all your crafting questions. And before we even get started, before we even leave the circle, I want to tell you that all your questions, if you played this game, they've already been answered. You just missed it, okay? And that sucks, but it happened to me too. So we're all in the same camp, pun intended. Let me show you something. Before you even move anywhere, you can go into the help, and this is what we consider the tutorial. Okay, so like, there's an ingredient. What's that about? Alchemy. Place 3 of the same item and engrave into the magic cauldron. Oh, look at that. One ingredient, the next grade up. See how cool? There's everything you need to know is in here, and not to mention, it's in the help. So as we go to all the different sections and the different things you can do here in the camp, we'll look at the help screen, and I'll show you that it's it's all right there. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to discuss the camp real quick. I'm not going to jump right into crafting. There are layers to this, and we're going to discuss those layers. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to give a tour of the camp and what you can do here, okay? So here is the alchemist. The alchemist will be here from the start. The alchemist sells you some things. You can aim at them here. You can get a normal whetstone. You can get a normal bowstring. See, these only cost gold coin, right? But the legendaries cost honor. Don't spend your honor on these, please. And I'll explain something to you. The only one might be the bowstring, but let me give you a little taboo advice. You want to keep your legendary or your honor points to upgrade your legendaries, okay? And it's 100 for that. We're gonna save our honor right now, but to upgrade your legendaries, if it really boils down to it, you might want to buy one of these things, but I swear, just don't. There's also another option that's going to be here, and no spoilers on that, but this will cost, when you get in challenge mode, this will cost honor as well. So don't waste your honor, okay? And that goes for the merchant as well, which we'll talk about that when we get there, but don't waste your honor is the lesson here. All right, the taboo advice is you can go online and there are computer players. I'm a PSVR2 player. None of us have the ability to do this, but the people on PC have the ability to clone things apparently. And we're gonna go segue into the stash here real quick, but you can see I have a lot of legendary whetstones. All I did was open up multiplayer. I started my own multiplayer server. Somebody came into my server, waved at me, dropped a bag. I picked it up, and then I had a ridiculous amount of legendary stones. So that can happen to you. I would say don't ask people for it or you'll be annoying. But that's a thing, and I'm not going to ignore it, okay? And we're not going to ignore it, especially when we get over to that stash box. So just know you can purchase these here, and we are going to possibly purchase one of these. That's just money for explanation, okay? And then right around the corner here, you've got your alchemy station. And let's start explaining how useful these help sections are. You have little arrows up here, right? And I missed it at first too, but it tells you by placing 2 blood chunks or a mana chunk into the potion crafting machine, you can craft a potion. That's great, and we'll go more depth when we come over here to use the station. But just talking about help, see, it tells you everything you need to know right here. So right now we're just going in a circle though. This is your alchemy station. So we'll come over here. This is nothing. Then over here you've got your station for selling items. Alright, now if you're low on money, you might want to sell the items, but you also might want to break them down for materials and reagents, which you can do over there, and we'll get to that in a second. Then you have your cauldron. Once we get to the cauldron in depth, we'll go through all of this. This is for the short version of it is by placing 3 ingredients into this cauldron, they can be exchanged for 1 ingredient of the next grade, or they can be exchanged for a different ingredient. We'll get into that in depth when we go to the cauldron. Now we have this, I don't know what this is called actually, but use this to break down items. There's a help screen. It's right here. You can see insert the equipment, blah, blah. We'll go into this in more depth, but this is where you, oh, the item disassembly. Okay, so this is your item disassembly, and we'll go into this in depth when we get over to it. Over here you have your blacksmith. This is where you'll get your first quest. He's a darling. He talks too much though. And then right here, oh, you can buy stuff from here. I want to say something about that. You can buy stuff from here just by grabbing it. So be very careful. Don't walk up in here and just be like, oh, you got stuff. You pay for it when you pick it up, right? So you can look at it and it'll tell you the cost up there. Now, realistically, there's no reason to buy anything from this guy. There's no reason, and we'll get into that, especially when we get to the crafting station. But also, you will get a lot of drops, so don't worry about it. Over here, you have your, well, your dummy, right? There's no bludgeoning 3. This is a wacky hybrid character. Don't make a hybrid character, but this character has a lot of mats on her. She was my first character. So over here we have our crafting stations. As far as weapons, you cannot craft armor. This is a tip because you waste your time. Don't waste your time buying weapons in any way, shape, or form. Anytime you finish a quest and it gives you an option to pick between a weapon and a piece of armor, pick a piece of armor. Armor is hard to get. Okay, there's not many different types of armor. There are not many legendary armors. I think there's really just like 3 of them that you want. So it's not that big of a deal. But well, there's 3 different gloves, I believe, and there's 3 different helms I can think of that I'll just off the top of my head that I'd want as far as legendaries go. So it's not there's not many, but they're also very rare. So see, this is a level 50 character, and I'm still rocking lower gear because that's what I could find. We'll go into more depth on this, but here's your help screen. Boom, same kind of everything. Okay, we'll more in depth. Oh, I skipped over this little guy. This is for just to even get anything on here. This is for re-rolling gear. So here we go. Now you can get your help screen, and we'll go over that in the weapon title, option modification. So that's a crafted weapon, by the way, and we'll go more in depth on that later. Got this helm to play with on here. So this is for crafting your weapons. You start here, you move along this way, and then you'll need this as well, depending. Some weapons are going to have metal and wood in them, but we'll get to that. And then over here you have your merchant. Well, once you've completed that quest, no spoilers on the quest, the merchant allows you to buy things. Don't waste your honor. Save your honor. Trust me, there's something magical going to happen in challenge mode, and you're going to want your honor. So when it comes to buying these things, it's just money. Spend your money on armor. Don't spend it on a shield. You can make a shield. Spend it on armor. Spend it on helms. But realistically, don't, because you'll get drops, and you don't really need anything until you're at level 50. You'll end up getting some legendary drops as you go. Trust me. But you won't really worry about gear until you're 50, as far as like very specific and rolling it and all that stuff. This is your teleporter. That's all I'm going to say about that. There's no real help screen over here, but we're talking about crafting, so we're not going to focus on that much. And now we get to our stash box, which is where things are going to get started. So you can see I have a lot of mats built up here. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to talk, and by the way, you can store items. There is find your tombstone. After death, you can pay gold to relocate the tombstone to a resurrection point. And that's really it on the stash. Lost and found. You can search lost and found or dropped items. We're not really going into it We'll just get that out of the way. So, what are your different items? You have whetstones and you have string. Those are for finishing off your weapon, and the quality of your whetstone defines the quality of your weapon. You have ore. Ore is used for making metal objects. Now you can only make weapons, right? So if you have a sword, you've got a blade on it, you're going to need some ore. You also got a hilt on it, so you're going to need some wood. If you're making a bow, you're going to need just wood. If you're making a wand, same thing. Or shield, maybe even. So you have your wood and your ore, and that's mostly going to, that's all used at the crafting station over there. Then you have, for alchemy, you're going to have chunks. You'll either have mana chunks or you'll have blood chunks, and you can swap them out. And we'll talk about that in a bit. Then you have your crystals, and the crystals are how you augment items. And those items can include the objects in your stash. They can include potions. All right? They can include, let's see, is there anything else? It's mostly potions and objects. And as far as the weapons go, it's going to be your whetstone. So that's what you got on these. Now, you have different ranks of things. So let's talk about the ranks of things. I'll talk about, if you're familiar with most RPGs, you start at uncommon with white, and then you go to common, which is green, then you go to rare, which is blue, then you go to epic, which is purple, and then you go to orange, which is legendary. This game is a little different. Your common items are white, your rare items are blue, your common are white, your uncommon are blue, your rare are yellow, then your unique are purple, and then your legendaries are orange. Okay, so that's how it goes in this game. You go white for common, blue for uncommon, purple for, yellow for rare, start over, white for uncommon, blue for, or white for common, blue for uncommon, yellow for rare, purple for unique, and orange for legendary. And you can see it's gotten so ingrained, the old style of things, or the way the style that other games use into me, that I can't even not say it. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to take some materials, reagents, whatever you want to call them, over to the, we're going to need some of these, and let's see, let's take, now we'll keep those, we're going to need a bunch of these, we're going to need a bunch of ore, and we've got some mana chunks on us, good to go. We've got these crystals here. I'm going to take these uniques just in case. And we'll see what the Cauldron can do for us. Okay, great. All right, so first thing first, so we just explained the materials and what their uses are. Now we're going to get into the Cauldron, and this bad boy is going to be super important. One of the things you can do is put an item in here, and we'll do this. So let's say you've got your friends and you want to give them something, and so you drop it in here, and it comes out as a crystal, boom, and then they can grab it, and then they can break it up, and then they can take it, and now they've got the item. So that's how you pass items back and forth to each other. Okay. And that's a rare item there. Obviously, you saw the crystal. So let's take a look at this outside of passing items back and forth, and you can do that with legendaries, you can do it with weapons, armor, whatever. Let's talk about this in relation to crafting. This thing is amazing. Okay. By placing 3 alchemy eligible ingredients into the magic cauldron, they can be exchanged for 1 ingredient of the next grade. You can also insert ingredients in pocket form. Notice it's 3, so if you're inserting them by pocket form, then you want to do it in multiples of 3. Ownership transfer, we already talked about that, but when you wish to give your equipment to another player, placing the cauldron transforms it into crystal enabling the transfer of ownership. Pockets, some items can be combined to create a pocket, and then you'll see them when I pull them out as we go. If I pulled these out right here, boom, pocket. simply place the same item in the holster more than once. This is interesting though. Let's talk about pulling them apart, and we'll talk about, touching a pocket and holding it, you can remove half of its contents. This can also be done from the holster. Oh, that's nice. You can do it from the holster here. By quickly pulling out your hand from the pocket, you can take out one item at a time. This can also be done from the holster, so that's great. Now, the thing about that is what they're saying is, so let's say I take these out, okay? And if I pull slow, it halves it. And then you can just drop it and put it back together. If I pull quick, it pulls one out. All right? So I know this thing says alchemy ingredients. Let's put this away so we don't do anything reckless. I know it says alchemy ingredients. And that does apply to blood chunks as well. And mana chunks. You can swap them out, and we're going to do that. But it does apply to ingredients that you would use or materials you would use for the crafting as well. So let's talk about alchemy ingredients first. So what do you need to make a potion? Well, you're going to need a mana chunk. You're going to need 2 mana chunks or 2 blood chunks, or 1 mana chunk and 1 blood chunk, so that you can make an elixir, which does a little of both. Now let's say you have a bunch of mana chunks, but you need some blood chunks. Well, you can exchange them out, but it's 3 for 1. Okay, so we're going to take a mana chunk and we're going to drop it in there. Take another one and drop it in there. Another one, drop it in there. What we got? A blood chunk. So we'll take these and put them away, and then we'll pull that away. By the way, pull back on your stick to pull it into your inventory. And you hold, I think it's R1 in this case for this hand to grab. But pull back to pull them into your inventory. So now look, we got a blood chunk. So if we want another one, we could go to the blood chunks, but we're going to make a few potions here. So another thing that we need to do is we need to upgrade these crystals. Because if you're going to make some potions, realistically, remember the order. You got your common, which is white. You got your rare, which is blue. You've got, and then you've got your, no, your uncommon is blue. It goes white, blue, yellow, purple, and you can't make an orange. You have to either buy a stone over there or get it from somebody. It's uncommon, it's common, uncommon, rare, and then this it's unique, and then it's legendary. So let's take some of these crystals, and you're going to need crystals to augment your potions, and we'll talk about that more when we get to the alchemy station. But right now we're talking about transmuting. So we're going to take, we've got 15 of these, and since that's divisible by 3, we can just toss them in. And now we should get 5 of the next. Zoop. And so now we got 5 of the magic powder. So we can take these, we can't put it, if you do all of them, you'll end up losing 2. So I'm going to throw in 3. You'll lose 2 because it's sitting there waiting for you to add 1 more. And we get 1 rare powder. But rare powder isn't good enough. Okay, we needed to get it all the way up to legendary. So we take, I'll go ahead and get some more rares here. How many more we need? 2 more. So we get some more rares. 2 more, perfect. And we have some magics, but we're going to leave them here. So we took the white ones, made them rares, or made them magic powders rather. And then we took the magic powders and we made them rare powders. Now we're going to take the rare powders, 3 of those, and we're going to make them a unique powder. And there we go, now we got 33. Do not waste your time with anything less than unique. Unique is where it's at. That's going to make the best everything for you. So let's go in here and let's put these 2 rares up. We don't really care about them. Or magics, rather. Sometimes you have to do this wackiness to combine them. Okay, so now we have done that. Oh, I've shown you how you can do crystals. I've shown you how you can transmute stones, or chunks rather. Now let's talk about using this for ore and wood, which we'll be using over there to make weapons. So we're going to take the wood, and let's see, we need to make this, take 1 out at a time, and then 19. 18 is visible, so I'm going to pop these in. And there we go, we got some ebony plank. So we went from birch plank to ebony. Now we're going to take this ebony and throw that in there. And that's going to give us some rare. Oh, we're probably going to have to go get some more rares here. Get some more rare. I'll go ahead and grab some of these too, actually. So I can demonstrate everything instead of walking back and forth. And then we'll get, let's see, so we got some rares. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna do, hold on. I'm just gonna do 3 though. Oh, there's something in there. Is it waiting for me? Oh no, that's right. Rare is as high as you can go. That's right. Rare is as high as you can go. I'll explain that in a sec. We're doing these here. Rare is as high as you can go. So we can take these. 31 here. We'll throw those in there. That'll work. And it's called like chromium or something. What is it? Oh yeah, that's how these work. So notice this is iron ore, this is titanium ore, then it becomes otium, that's what it is. This is birch, and then it becomes ebony, and then it becomes ironwood. So that's right. These only get this high. That's where they stop. Okay, so that's everything you can augment in here, as far as a transmute rather. And then your crystals that you create, your uniques, they allow you to augment things like whetstones and potions. Okay, so before we walk away from here, we're going to augment a whetstone. So let's take one of these out. We'll come over here. Alright. Just need one. I'll drop that down. And actually, I'm going to drop that on the ground. Hopefully, it'll let me stay there. And then we're going to grab some unique powder. And we just need one. Okay, we're going to grab our whetstone, and now we have a unique whetstone. That's pretty cool. But you can't just, see? It'll shoot it out on you, right? So you can't take 3 uniques and turn them into a legendary, unfortunately. But now we have a unique whetstone. So that's everything you can do with this guy, the Cauldron. And understanding the Cauldron is crucial to being able to work with the Alchemy station and the weapon station over there, so that you know how you're going to exchange, transmute, get to the reagents, the materials that you need to be able to create the stuff that you want at the level that you want it. Okay. Before we go to this station here, over here to make weapons, we're going to do alchemy, because that's going to be really short. And there's going to be we're going to have to talk about breaking up items as well when we get to weapons. So let's go over to alchemy. Alchemy is pretty simple. By placing 2 blood or mana chunks into the potion crafting machine, right here, you can craft a potion. You can upgrade potions using magic powder. It can be unique powder. It doesn't have to be magic. You can exchange chunks with each other through alchemy, which I showed you just now. And then we're back to here. So let's make a potion. So we're going to make one of just straight mana. Right? Put that in there. Okay, you could do the same thing with blood chunks. Oh, here, I don't want to. Okay, great. So now we got our mana potion. But notice it's just a crude one. Like I say, don't waste your time with anything less than unique. Right? We got a bunch of unique powders here. So we're going to pull one out, put the rest of them away, grab that one. And I like to do this before I even pick it up, because sometimes I accidentally hit R2 on the potions and use them, and I just want to just zoom it into my inventory. So we're going to hold this and we're going to break it over it. Boom. Look at that. Now we can pick it up. And it's a good idea to put it in your quick inventory if you can. Mine's full of good stuff right now. We'll just pop that in there. Now, I do want to show you we could do the same thing with mana chunks, or rather with blood chunks if we had 2 of them, but we have a mana and a blood chunk. And you can combine these as well. So let's put this one in this hand, we'll put that one in that hand, and we'll come over here. Notice it goes up red. If we had another one, it would be a health potion. You put this in, notice it's purple now. So you can mix and you can cross, and now you've got something that's called an elixir. crude elixir. Same thing as before. We're going to take our, I'm going to take one of these bad boys, and we're going to break it over it. And there we go. Now we've got an advanced elixir. Let's see if we got any space on this side. Oh, we're already full up on elixirs over there. So, yeah, let's just trade that out for a smaller one, and we'll put that away for now. That's everything you need to know about potions. You could do 2 mana chunks, get your mana potions. You can do 2 blood chunks, get your health potions. You can do a blood chunk and a mana chunk and get yourself an elixir, sorry. And then you want to upgrade them by using crystals. Don't waste your time, seriously, don't waste your time with anything less than unique. Okay, and you'll end up with a bunch of crystals, which we'll talk about getting crystals in just a second before we go over there. Now, the other important thing is you can exchange them through alchemy over there at the table. Okay? Those are the important things to know here. You want to make your potion, you want to upgrade your potion, and if you don't have what you need, but you have a bunch of the other, go swap them out. It's not the best exchange rate, but it'll get you what you need. And that's how you make your potions. Okay, so let's go over here to the disassembly. And this, when you put things in here, and we're not going to do that helm, because I want to show you that we can re-roll it over there. But when you put things in here, let's see, I don't think we have anything worth putting in yet. We'll have to make something. But when you put things in there, that's how you get your mats. That's how you get your... Let's see, we have anything worth throwing in there? Not really. That's how you get your ebony, your ore, and your crystals. Okay, is by putting things in here. And we're going to make some weapons, and we're going to come back over here and put that in there. But I did want to use this as a segue to going over there to say this is, you want to know how you, this is how you convert things or transmute things? Well, this is how you break down weapons and armor into the things that you can transmute so that you can improve your potions, so you can improve your materials, and then that way you can, you know, use them over there to make your weapons. So let's go make a weapon real quick. I shouldn't have said real quick because it takes a while. Now, if you're just making something like, let's take a look at what we can do over here. If you're just making something like a bow, this is where you're going to go here, and then you're going to have a string to make it, okay? You're not going to need to, you're most likely not going to need anything over there from the forge itself. But we're going to make sure we use both of them in this demonstration. And I will make a bow as well. We'll buy a string. So first things first, let's make our we know we're going to make a sword. Okay, we're going to make a sword. We're going to make a legendary sword in the end. So what kind of one-handed sword do we want? Yeah, do we want a gladius blade? Do we want a Carolingian? Ooh, broadsword. An arming sword. Katana blade. Let's go with the arming. So notice level is 0 right here. Let's go into the help. Metal parts manufacturing. It's a forge. Select the desired material part. Well, we've done that. Insert the material into the machine. That's up next. Then you can input up to 10 materials to set the level of the part. This is important. You get to put 10 in here. Okay? So keep that in mind. You only get to put 10 different things in here. And that's why the level of the materials is going to become important in a second. Press the cancel button to return the inserted materials. Great. Pull the lever to mount the material. Then you got to grab the ingot with your tongs and place it on the anvil. We're going to do all this to shape it and then cool it in the water. And then you're back to, so this is so much fun. So let's talk about, you can only put 10 things in here, ingredient 10. Okay? And that means you're going to need to get to the level you want, put in what you need. So in this case, we're going to use, otium ore. Now, you could put them in one at a time. See, that went up 7. Okay? Or you can just stick in what you got. Notice, and it bumps it right up to 50 for this one. Now, if you're just trying to get to something like 38 or whatever, and we can cancel this out. Boom. See, there's my, there we go. Boom. 8 of them. So let's say we just wanted to get to level 30. So we're just going to get to level 30 right now. Put that in, pull quickly. Boom. Level 7. Get us up to 14. So I'll do there. 21. Okay, so now let's see. Actually, I can do another one of these. Let's see. We're just gonna put one more in, and that'll get us up to 28. So now, and this is when you need to know this, and this is why you don't want to break up or transmute or upgrade all of your lower level stuff, especially if you're not 50 yet. Because now we need 2 of these, because they give you 1 at a time. See that? And then we're gonna hit 30. Great. So now you made that level 30. We're gonna make a arming sword. When you're ready to go, pull this 5 times. 1. I'm gonna check it out from over here. 2, 3, 4, 5. And there, don't grab it. Get your tongs. Use R2 in this case to put it over here. You want to see it line up like that. Okay, now you want to grab the hammer. And see, when I smack it, it gets rough. Look for those rough spots and keep going. If you can't figure out why it's not doing that, it's because there's a side you're missing. There's something you're missing. It's really bad with the hammer. Still, don't grab it. Grab the tongs. And we're going to put it in the water. We're going to pull it off. Okay, great. Grab it again. I'm just going to put it this side here. And these will, you can just throw them, and they will reappear over there later. Super fun. Alright, so now we do the same thing with the wood. And we're trying to get to level 30. Now, first things first, go to your help. What does it say? Select the desired wooden part. First things first, fit the material into the cutter. You can fit up to 10 materials. It's the same game. Press the cancel button to return them. Push the cutter in and turn the handle. Find the finished product at the bottom. So, what did we want? We wanted a one-handed sword. So you better pick this first, or you're going to get messed up. And you want to pick the same one that you had. Okay, so now we need to put the level 30. We need to get to level 30. We're going to take some of our wood here. Say 1. I guess it's, ooh, 28. Okay, that worked. That worked out. I lucked out. We're going to get 2 more of the regular ones, which we have here. We can just go ahead and put them in. Boom, now we're at level 30. So we're going to grab this, put it in, and do this, crank this handle. And you can just watch down here as it comes out. And there you go. And you're going to grab them both, and you see they want to go together. They want to go together. And when it's blue like that, nope, that won't work. When it's blue like that, let go. And it becomes your weapon. But it's still not really a weapon yet. You need to use a whetstone on it. In this case, we're going to go ahead and make a legendary. So I'm going to put that down on the ground. I'm going to get one of my... Did I bring any legendary whetstones with me? No, I didn't. Let's go get some. There we go. Oh, did I accidentally drop it in there? Oh, where did it go? There it is. No, 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 no. Oh, did I drop it? There it is. Okay. So now we need a legendary whetstone. That away. And we're going to need our crafted. Notice this is crafted, so it's not really a thing yet. Equip. And all you do is scrape it. You can just go back and forth really quick if you want. If you're impatient. Look at us. Now we got a katana. We got a legendary katana. We're going to hit the button. It turns into this. How cool is that? How cool is that? So before we break this thing down, we just made our first weapon here. Let's talk about this bad boy right here. Boom. Now we can put it there. And notice it's a lot of money, but you can re-roll these stats. Okay? You can re-roll them. Now, because we made a legendary, and we're going to make a unique bow here in a bit, we'll be able to rename the name. We can't change the name on this bad boy, but we can reset. We can reset these stats right here. So you can re-roll. These are actually some good stats. So we're going to take that one because I'm not spending a lot of money on that. But what we are going to do is we're going to break it down. So I want to demonstrate the disassembly here. So we're going to take this, we're going to put it in inventory. See, there it is. We're going to take it, we're going to put it in. Do that first. Then we're going to down, and here you go. Look what we got. We got a unique powder, we got iron ore, and we got an ebony plank. Not the best, but that's the higher the weapon, the better the quality, the more you're gonna get. So now let's make ourselves a bowstring. So let's say this is what you want to do, and you want to make yourself a bow. Now don't go buy the legendaries. Let's not waste our honor on that, okay? So I want to buy one of these, and you just grab it, and you hear it paid for it. So I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna put that down on the ground for a sec. Okay. Get one of my unique crystals. Pull that out. Put this away. Grab that. And there. Now we got a unique string. So I'm gonna put that away. Now we're gonna go make something. We're gonna go make a bow. And same concepts. We just don't need to go over there. Gonna make a bow. Alright, a soft bow. Okay. Composite bow. Recurve. Let's go composite. Alright, so now we need to see what we're gonna do with this bad boy. Let's put them all in there. Level 21? Sure. Why not? We're just gonna scrap it anyway. So we're gonna put this in. Actually, we're gonna change it. Great, got a bow. Now we're gonna take our string. It's a unique string. Notice it wants to go on. So we're gonna, oh, sorry, grab that. Put it here. Into here, and there we go. And now we got our unique bow. Let's see what we've created. Crafted composite bow. How cool is that? Look, there's some really good stuff on here too. Don't discredit uniques. Just because they don't have those fancy options on them doesn't mean that they're bad. Just because you can't do something like this doesn't mean it's bad. Okay? So let's go over here. Right now it says crafted. That's lame. I want to call it something. I want to call it, the Geyser. So these are where these titles that you get come into play. So we want to call it, can't call it Old Faithful, we can call it Old Dependable. Here we go, Dependable. Conditions select. Boom. And now we got a dependable composite bow. How cool is that, huh? And now we can take this off. We could put it back on. Oh, sorry. And we could reset it now if we really wanted to. It's 30,000 for this. I'm not going to spend that kind of money. So you can name it whatever you like. Got it. Let's go ahead and we'll break that down and see what we get. So we're going to put it away. We're going to put it in here. Dependable, unique, level 21. Put in. Look at that. We got a magic powder, a birch plank, and a normal powder. So that's really how this whole little system works. Okay, and let's see what a reroll looks like. So we're gonna take this cheap little helm here. It's not gonna cost me a lot. And put it on there. Now this was a drop. Notice it says plate helm, right? So we can't just rename it. It jumps straight to option reset. Punch damage. That's a lot of punch damage, but I wouldn't use this because it's only punch damage. So we're gonna reset and see if it's gonna stay just one thing at a time because it's a medium. But this doesn't cost me a lot of gold, so we're gonna reset it. Boom. Now we got fire resistance. Which I don't want. We're gonna go break it down. Because you can do the same thing with armor. There we go. We're gonna put that in. Break it down. See what we get. Oh, we got some titanium, we got some iron, we got some ebony, and we got some birch. And that's pretty much it, you guys. Now, don't forget the purpose of the dummy is to figure out what your damage is. So if you want to see what you're doing, that's how you do it. Tells you what's going on here. Piercing, what your damage is. This is not a high damage character. This is a character I have for demonstrating things. But there you go. I hope that helps somebody. I really do. You know, we went over what to buy from the alchemist here, what not to buy. We went over creating potions. We didn't really go over selling. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Select the item you wish to sell, exchange it for gold. Locking items in your inventory prevents accidental sales. Select the item you wish to sell and exchange it for gold. That's all there is to it. You can sell your objects too. I say keep them. Put them in your stash box. You never know when they're going to be useful. In this bad boy, we went over using alchemy, they call it. Using the Cauldron for transmuting and upgrading materials. We went over, oh, that's cool, look at that, it's got a little shredder inside of it. We went over the disassembly, what do they want to call it? Item disassembly. The chopper. We went over using the forge, using the lathe. We went over what to buy in here once you've unlocked her. And we went over don't spend your honor. Save your honor. Save your honor for upgrading your legendary abilities. Right? Save your honor for this spoiler right here. What's happening here? What's happening here? Why is there a thing here? There's a reason. There's a thing here. What is that thing? Keep playing the game. Get to challenge mode. Then you'll find out what that is. So like I said, I hope this helps somebody, and thank you so much if you watched the whole thing, made it to the end. And if you didn't watch the whole thing and you just got what you needed out of it, hey, that's just as great. That's why I put chapters in these things. I know some people just they want to get to the information and they want to move on with their life. That's fantastic. I'm glad you came here. I'm glad you stopped by. And then there's other people who want to take the whole journey. So I try to make my videos for the both of you. As always, you know, leave a comment. If you appreciated something, say thank you, and I will say thank you back, and you're welcome, because I do read the comments. Another thing is if I missed anything, please tell me. Please tell me. We'll make it 2.0, okay? I might make it 2.0 just to be more cohesive. But I think this is a good video for everybody that's trying to figure out what's going on and maybe got thrust into a multiplayer. And you know, I started this video saying you can get all the answers you want by reading the helps, by doing the quests, by reading everything that you're given. But let's be honest, people start this game, they're thrown into multiplayer with their friends because their friends invite them, and thank you for inviting your friends to this game, to Legendary Tales. That's awesome. I'd like to get a 2.0. Let's go. But what happens? Come on, come on, come on, come on. That's just the nature of the beast. And then you end up missing everything. Then there you're sitting there alone, your friends are busy, and you want to do something, but you have no idea how to do it. Alright, so this video is for you. Right? Take the time, read through the instructions, the helps, go into this tutorial. Every time it mentions the tutorial, this is what it is. And read. Just read everything. Sit back and read. You can play this game sitting down. Sit back and read. Okay, everybody. This is a goofy character. Don't ever make a hybrid character. That's all I'm going to say about that. And thank you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got something out of this. And have a great day.